slider at 96.
Yeah, he's throwing 105 fastballs and just.
Yeah, I mean, he's not hitting 105 every day anymore. But
the only thing is, some of Cubs Twitter's upset day. We gave up our best prospect.
All the prospects that can fit on that field are already there.
Gave up the best prospect in the system. He's 19 years old and plays in single A. Now, when he's in the big leagues, it's going to be 5 years from now. And by the way, he's a shortstop. So what are you going to do with Addison Russell? Get over it. We gave up a prospect to get a great closer. How are you upset about it?
Well, they won't be upset when you win a World Series in October.
They also gave up Adam Warren, who they got from the Yankees in the offseason for Starter Castro, and he was a dumpster fire anyway, so good riddance.
Hey, Smitty, you know why they call them prospects?
Yeah, because they haven't proved anything.
Correct. Yeah, so when people get in baseball, they get pissed off about trading prospects. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, unless the guy got there and did it,
like,
doesn't
the one
matter.
guy is, when Theo got Addison Russell from the A's versus Marja and Hamill.
Yep.
Addison Russell was the best prospect in the league, playing at double or triple A, and was ready to come up.
Mm-hmm.
This kid's 19 years old playing at single A.
Yeah, well, it's two different franchises in two different places. That's all it is.
And how can you ever?
The Cubs are trying to go win now.
Yeah,
that's what they're going to do. So they're in a different spot than anybody who offloads at this time of the year. You know, if the Tigers offloaded, I'd be like, okay, I get it. Like, I get it. It's not something. It's like, hey, we got to reset, because if you have anything for a goal other than winning the World Series, then what are you doing? You're not. I mean, that's got to be the only goal in that league, right? You can't. I mean, it's win the World Series, okay? And if you're moving forward and you're moving forward and you're moving forward, and this is the Cubs' last probably moving forward spot towards a World Series, because I feel like it's got to be soon, or else you might start offloading some guys.
Well, and here's my thing, and they're upset about the prospect. If Javi Baez starts for Zobrist the second, which happens a lot, and Contreras starts behind the plate,
who's your weakest player?
Well, hold on. What I'm saying is, your oldest guy is Dexter Fowler at 30 years old, who, by the way, was hurt, and Almora was playing. You didn't have anybody over 26.
That's what I'm saying. There's no room to slide any prospects in there.
Yeah.
So you get rid of them. Like, where are they going? What are you going to replace a prospect for? Anthony Rizzo or Chris Bryant?
Well, these are the same fans that complain about the Cubs not making moves with the prospects, and then they complain when they make a move. So.
Good move.
Great move. He shares his bullpen. Not to mention that a decent bullpen now just moves everybody up a slot and makes it better.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can add depth to your bullpen.
Anytime you get better.
Yeah, anytime you can get better, why don't you do it? So
all right, next up. Let you take the reins on this one. One of your favorite
This came out of a drunken rant the other night.
You just went off, and
I don't even know where it came from.
At first, I was kind of like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah. So the whole point is I looked at him and I just said, "Sports is a business. Why do we have drafts?" I don't know. So the other day I was sitting there thinking about it, and we were drinking, and I just thought to myself, I talk about how much that sports are businesses, and why do we have drafts? If we still have a salary cap, so it's not like, okay, just envision this: if after all the college football players graduated, and they had to attend 2 years before they could play in the league, but everybody just became a free agent. Put your phone down, Smitty. Need your attention here.
I was letting you go on your tangent.
No, I'm not on a rant yet. Okay.
I'm all in.
So, we get to hear. So why don't these kids? These kids are the ones that are getting paid. Why don't they get to pick where they go as soon as they're free agents? Why do we have a draft? And you can't say for a TV product, because, especially like baseball, why do we have a draft? Basketball, NBA basketball, why do we have a draft? If guys want to go get better, go spend money. Like, I don't know. Maybe we don't have that. Do other countries have sports where there's just no draft? Everybody's a free agent and you just sign whatever the hell you want to? Like, I feel like European soccer is that way or something. You just sign whoever you want to. I mean, why do we have a draft? That doesn't make sense. And then, because that's the only time that they don't get to pick where they play. After that, they get to pick where they play their whole career. After that, So would it be bad? I mean, you still have a salary cap, so it's not like.
Now you can just sign the best players and just run it.
Somebody got to talk into the mic.
Not like you can just sign the best players and
that's why there's a stand there, so you can.
Free agency.
So wherever you naturally sit, you can put the mic in front of where you naturally sit and speak into it without moving.
Anyway.
So you lost. First one to talk loses.
My last podcast episode.
Oh, for God's sakes!
I'm taking my ball and going home.
Yeah. You
I don't understand.
Step up and be a man.
You know, I never understood what the hell you're talking about, frankly, until I started thinking about it. And I don't have the answer, but yeah, why do you have a draft?
In baseball, it's retarded because the team you get drafted by is never the team that you debut by.
In basketball,
you get traded rounds. 5 times.
2 rounds of basketball.
Yeah.
And literally
most of those, the first 5 matter.
And 10 stretching it, but yeah, the first 5 matter. I mean,
truly matter. I mean these are lottery picks. There's only 3 guys a year that come out that are going to be, NBA All-Pros that are game changers. Outside of that, everybody's pretty much the same.
Let's go down through it. The 2014 NBA draft. That gives guys a couple years to get in,
Okay.
Andrew Wiggins, he plays.
Okay.
Jabari Parker got hurt, but he plays.
Okay.
Joel Embiid hasn't stepped on the court yet. Aaron Gordon, pretty good. Dante Exum.
Never heard of him.
Marcus Smart, backup guard for the Celtics. Julius Randle plays on the god-awful Lakers.
These are, but where are the backups at the 7th pick?
Yeah, Nick Stauskas.
Yeah, that was the white kid
Noah
from
Vonleh. Alfred Payton.
Yeah, Nick Stauskas was a good player at Michigan.
Doug
he's
McDermott.
He's not an NBA player.
No.
I mean, this is not.
Down to, Mitch McGary, 21, plays like 5 minutes for the Thunder. Shabazz Napier.
Okay, so my whole point is.
Yeah, what's the point?
What's the point of drafting, especially in the NBA, because they do lottery stuff where they change it. So it's always not the last team in the league. It's not like the NFL. In the NFL, if you wanted the first pick, you can get it. You just got to go with 16. And they're not going to take it away from you.
Yeah.
In the NBA, you can be the shittiest team in the NBA and still not get the first pick. I mean, that's the thing about it. It gets redistributed. It's like socialism. I feel like it is.
Poor Bernie Sanders.
To say, maybe Bernie should just buy an NBA team. Oh wait, he doesn't have enough money for that either. Never mind. I'm sorry. Did I say Bernie Sanders jive? Is this the last pick politics?
Last pick politics.
Damn it, the last pick politics podcast.
It makes sense because our presidential candidates are the last picks of most people's choice.
So I told you today. I wrote this down on my phone so I didn't forget it. I don't remember who I was listening to. But the Denver Broncos quarterback situation is a lot like the presidential election. And that basically says, if you're the Denver Broncos and you got to pick one, if you're John Elway, you got to pick a starter. Or who's their head? John Fox. Not John Fox. Who's their head coach? Kubiak. Yeah. This is a Texans guy. Former Texans. Which Peyton Manning was the coach of that team last year, let's be honest.
Yeah, but he did a really good job.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Peyton probably... Did Peyton tell Von Miller when to sack people?
I'm pretty sure he did. Okay. He called the defense.
I figured he did. Anyway, sorry, I got off. Basically, the Broncos have to select between Mark Sanchez and Trevor Siemian. Apparently, was the rumor out of camp last week. So I thought about that, and they drafted Paxton Lynch. And didn't really hear anything about it. They didn't really report on it. I don't really know. He was the end of the first round, right?
Yeah.
Late first rounder, like 20, obviously 29, 30, 30, well, probably the 32nd pick. If they won the Super Bowl. So, yeah, I didn't hear anything about that. And I'm sitting there, and somebody goes, it's a lot like the presidential candidates. Because you don't want Mark Sanchez as your quarterback, is the Broncos. And you sure as hell don't want Trevor Siemian as your quarterback of the Broncos. Trevor Siemian's a kid out of Northwestern, by the way, for those of you guys that don't know.
You don't want him.
You don't want either of those guys. That's a really bad situation. And then I don't want Hillary, and I don't really want Trump either. So this is when I started, dude. Mark Cuban, 2024. I'm going on it. Mark Cuban for 2024. Okay. That's enough politics, and that's the last time we're going to talk about it. That's not true. Not true at all. We're going to talk about it occasionally because it's the world we live in. And unfortunately, it's a little scary right now. A little freaked out, but that's why we have.
Speaking of your boy Cuban.
What'd he do?
Just a tweet popped up. I know we'll get this later. And he said he has a personal vendetta against Trump. Thinks he'd be a terrible president and damage the country.
I'm telling you, if Mark Cuban were to come out right now and be like, "Hey guys, I'm going to run independent," just bam. I don't even know if you can do it. Can you run independent like this late?
Anybody can write your name in.
All right, let's see. We'll just make him a write-in. Say we'll just make it a Twitter thing. I don't know. I think, dude, if Mark Cuban came out right now and said, "I'll run for president," what would you do?
I would vote for Mark Cuban.
I would vote for Mark Cuban as well. So I feel like there's a lot of people that'd be like, you know what? That's a really good idea. Can we make this happen? Like, seriously. Oh, God. So anyway, the whole draft thing kind of intrigues me. I know we got off a little bit there, but the draft thing is interesting to me. It's the only time we expect these kids to not have a say in where they go. I mean, everybody kind of has a say in where they work. And for the first 4 years or 3 years, if you're a later round draft pick, or some of them, they don't have a choice in where they go to work. Now, here's the thing. If you're an undrafted free agent, if you don't put your name in the NFL draft and just become a free agent, what happens? You have to put your name into the NFL draft, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody just says, "No, I'm not going to put my name in. I want to be a free agent," then they get to pick where they go? I mean, it takes one like NFL player or like college player to just say that.
Listen, I'm not going to the draft. Sign me after.
Yeah, I'm not going to the draft. I'm not putting my name in. I don't know. It'd be interesting. Yeah. What do you think would happen? So I think ultimately what would happen is I think if you had owners that wanted to win, they'd spend the money. There's still a salary cap there, so it wouldn't work very well in baseball. Now that I think about it, because there's no salary cap.
Yeah. So
the
Yankees
in order
it'd be like what they do with the overseas players.
Oh yeah,
they just pay millions outbid, and then they
just outbid, again, I wouldn't want it to happen if there wasn't a salary cap. There has to be a salary cap. Okay, so that would say to me that, hey, if you really think that a 21-year-old Derrick Henry is worth that much money, then go pay him. Or if you really don't think that, it would be really interesting to see is that, like, you get these rookie quarterbacks and how many teams make this just epic fail on trying to find the next guy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, how much would they have paid Cam Newton as a rookie if they could? I mean, we had this in football, I guess. The rookie contract deal just changed it a little bit, but this would be for everything. Take away the third rounders and let them go find a system where they can fit. Let teams talk to all these guys anyway. They know. And then they just got to hope there's a draft. When the only thing it's turned into was a TV series, basically. I mean, it's NFL Draft Live. It's NFL Live in general for 3 months just leading up to the draft. I mean, it dominates conversation. So I don't think I would change it now. But, yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see. Because it'd just be constant free agent talks all the time. Especially, you can imagine after the bowl games and the hysteria that it goes with. Like kids right after bowl games just announce their signing.
I'm going to...
Like right after their bowl game.
Jaguar.
Like Derrick Henry comes in and all of a sudden walks up to the podium holding the Orange Bowl, won a national championship right next to Saban, and he just looks and he holds the Jaguars hat. And he's like, I'll be there.
Jaguars.
And then people just go nuts. So then it makes NFL fans. Maybe you get hometown deals then. I don't know. Hometown deals as a rookie would be a big thing.
That would be awesome.
So, yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting. Interesting debate. I don't know. I mean, I definitely fall. Like, I like to see what happens just to change it up. But the same thing, I love the NFL draft. Like, I spend months.
Oh, we spend all this time watching it.
Watching it, leading up to it. Like, I can't wait for the draft. Oh, hell, I went to the Jaguars draft party down at the stadium this year. So I like the draft. It's a cool concept. But why did it start and why did it ever change? I don't know enough history about that, I guess. If we had fact checkers and like somebody who we could hire to get this information for us, I would have known when